Feeling stuck? Yearning for more? You're in the right place. This is Midlife Moxie with Nicole Hate, where you're going to get a weekly dose of courage, clarity, and maybe a little bit of chaos as we navigate our best chapter yet, midlife.
Welcome back to Midlife Moxie with Nicole Hate. Last week, we excavated your voice from under decades of people pleasing. Today, we're going to go after something more insidious. The masks that you've been wearing for so long, you think they're your actual face. It's time to stop performing your life and start living it. And eventually, we're going to go into some sacred techniques, some burning. So, first off, let's do a roll call of your performances. And I will give you some examples. The high functioning hollow, playing the indispensable boss, reliable colleague, the woman who has it all together while dying inside. The vanishing woman, playing the giver, the supporter, the one who puts everyone first until there's nothing left but silence. A graduate of the good woman industrial complex, playing the perfect wife, the model citizen, the woman who follows all the rules while empty in practice. The gratitude prisoner, playing the thankful one, the positive thinker, the woman who counts blessings while grieving silently. And my personal favorite, the martyr mother, playing the selfless saint where sacrifice equals love, right? And how many of these are you wearing right now? How many did you put on this morning with your coffee? Once upon a time, I wore them all. Yes, the entire collection. The perfect mother mask, brand name clothes on my kids because, well, God forbid they look like actual children with messy hair. Maybe some PB&J on their chin or a little grass on their knees. I was the PTO and volunteer mom, and I wore that mask well because good moms sacrifice themselves for school events. The always available mask, while I was also working full-time and suffocating slowly. The mask of worth through performance, installed in my childhood, reinforced daily, yet killing me slowly. The brutal reality about masks, they're not accessories. They're spiritual coffins. And we become so skilled at wearing them, we forget there's a woman underneath. We forget there's a soul underneath the performance. One of the most terrifying days of my life wasn't when I left my corporate career. It was weeks later when I realized I had no idea who I was without that identity. The title, the role, the place that I fit in the hierarchy, gone. And suddenly I was standing naked in my own life, calling myself a business owner with nothing but imagination and terror. No performance to hide behind. And that's when you realize the mask wasn't protecting you, it was erasing you. So let's get surgical about your personal mask collection because you can't burn what you can't see. I'm going to give you a sacred excavation protocol, a few simple steps to follow, to work on, in the coming weeks ahead. So step 1 is the performance audit. List every role you perform. And yes, I mean every single one. Here's a few examples. Mother, or a subspecies of that would be PTO mom, taxi, chauffeur, coach, emotional manager, employee. A subspecies may be a team player or a problem solver or the one that is always available. Partner. Subspecies mind reader, conflict avoider, or perfect hostess. Daughter. Subspecies still trying to earn mom's approval at 45. Step number 2 is the truth excavation. For each performance, write the brutal truth. What you're supposed to do versus what you actually want. How you're supposed to act versus how you actually feel. What you're supposed to sacrifice versus what you're tired of losing. And step 3 is the sacred burn assessment. Now this begins the real work. Which one of these masks light you up versus drains your life force? Which ones feel authentic versus ones that feel like a spiritual death? Ones you'd choose versus were chosen for you by conditioning. Now, this isn't about abandoning your children, burning down your marriage, or even quitting your job. Although if you do any of those, that's on you. This is about recognizing which parts of these roles are you and which parts are performance addiction. Example, you may love your children, but you don't have to pretend that you enjoy making 47 cupcakes at midnight for the bake sale while your soul is dying. That was a mask, and that mask can kill you. But now let's talk about what you're probably thinking that you might be afraid of. What happens when you drop the masks? There are consequences, and they are definitely slow and steady, but they probably are going to happen. People will judge you. They'll say things like, she's changed, which translates into, she's no longer performing for our comfort. People will whisper. They'll say things like, she used to be more fun. Translation, she used to say yes to everything. And yes, people will leave because they'll translate this into, we can't count on her anymore, or we can't use her anymore. I slowly started saying no to obligations that just weren't aligned. They didn't feel right. And frankly, I just despised the thought of even doing them. And yes, I got dirty looks. Yeah, there was whispers behind my back. There were conversations from people who were concerned about me that I wasn't myself lately. And they were definitely right because I wasn't myself. I was becoming myself for the first time in decades. Here's a brutal truth. Not everyone will survive your unmasking. Some people need your performance. They need the perfect mom so they don't feel guilty about their own choices. They need you always available so they never have to reciprocate. They need the nice woman so they never have to examine their own behavior. When you drop the mask, you reveal their spiritual poverty too. And they're going to hate you for it. And you could just sit back and watch them scatter. The people who love your masks don't love you. They love what you do for them. They love how your performance makes their lives easier. They love the costume, the mask. But here's a question that will likely crack your soul open. Do you want to die surrounded by people who never knew your real face? Next is the sacred burn protocol. This is not about ripping off the masks all at once as if you're doing a spiritual striptease, because that's how you end up having a breakdown in the laundry detergent aisle in Target at 7:23 in the evening. This is a strategic mask removal with nervous system support. Week 1, the witnessing phase. Notice when you're performing. Notice the fake laugh. Notice the automatic yes. The smile that doesn't reach your eyes. We're not changing anything yet. You're just witnessing your own performance. Week 2 is the micro rebellion phase. Each day, you're going to perform one tiny authenticity experiment. This may look like you wear something that you like, not what age appropriate. Express an opinion that you have about something that you feel strongly about. Take time before responding to an email or a text or another request. Stop and think. Do you really want to commit? Do you really want to answer, or do you want to sit on it? And say things like, that doesn't work for me, without explaining why. Week number 3 is the sacred no installation. Start declining performances. Say things like, I'm not available for that. I need to prioritize my own projects. That's not something I can take on. Or if you're an advanced practitioner at this phase, you can simply just say no, because that is a full sentence. And week number 4 is the integration phase. Show up as yourself in one significant way. Tell the truth in a meeting. Admit that you're struggling instead of you're fine. Choose your needs over their comfort. Let them see you without the mask. You want to know what it really looks like to drop the masks? I'm happy to tell you. First, you're going to feel spiritually naked, exposed. Like everyone can see the messy, imperfect, unacceptable parts that you've been hiding. You'll want to grab the nearest performance mask and shove it back on. Then comes the silence. The people who texted you daily when you were the available mom, now there's sounds of crickets. The committees that needed you, they have just found someone else to exploit. But then, and this is where things get beautiful, new people show up. People who like the real messy version of you. People who don't need you to perform. People who actually see you, not just what you can do for them. And you start remembering who the hell you are under all of that performance. You're now the woman who has opinions, who has needs, who gets tired, who says no, who doesn't apologize for existing authentically. She's been under there the entire time, waiting, patient, but pissed about the delay. The truth is that you're not becoming someone new. You're just excavating who you've always been. Every mask you drop reveals more of your actual face. Every performance you quit makes room for your truth. Every no to their expectations is a yes to your resurrection. But I won't lie, this is uncomfortable as hell. You'll sit with not knowing who you are without the roles. You'll face the terror of being seen, really seen. You'll grieve the simplicity of just following the script. The discomfort is the point. It's your authentic self fighting to breathe after decades of suffocation. This is your weekly Sacred Burn Challenge. Complete the performance audit. Face the evidence of how much you perform daily. Choose one mask to experiment with. The one that feels heaviest or the one that exhausts you the most. And drop it in one small way. Notice what happens. Document the fallout. Journal. Voice note yourself. Find one person that you can be maskless with and practice being seen. Your masks served a purpose once. They helped you survive environments that couldn't handle your truth. They got you through situations where authenticity wasn't safe. But you're not in survival mode anymore. You're in resurrection mode. And resurrection requires burning what's dead, including the performances and masks that are killing you slowly. The world doesn't need another perfect woman performance. It needs women brave enough to show their actual faces. Messy, tired, real, powerful, true. Drop the masks, burn the scripts. Show us who you really are. I dare you. And that is all the time we have for today. So if you felt maybe a mask loosening while you were listening to this episode, I want you to know you're not alone in this sacred work. Come find the Facebook group, a space where real women are gathering to practice being seen without performance, where we're celebrating dropping the masks, where we document what happens when we stop pretending. The link will be in the bio for you to request entry. And this is a group where a community of women are choosing authenticity over acceptance. Subscribe to the podcast if you're ready to excavate your real face. Leave a review if you want other women to find theirs. And if you want to go even deeper, if you're ready for thoughts that are too raw, too real, too revolutionary for the airwaves and social media, join my mailing list. You'll get my most personal reflections and stories that I can only tell in writing, and you'll be the first to know about everything that's coming next in this movement we're building together. There will be a link in the show notes. Remember, They made you wear masks because your real face is too powerful for their comfort. It's time to prove them right. You're not broken. You're not too much. You're just done performing. Show them who you really are.